Kyle Montgomery here alongside former Wake Forest QB Riley Skinner. And with plots and subplots abound this week in the ACC, we want to take a look at the three biggest storylines through the eyes of my man Riley here. And Riley, typically non-conference games, you don't mark those down on the calendar. But you think this game between Wake Forest and Notre Dame this weekend can be huge?
Yeah, Kyle, I definitely think it could be huge. A storied program like Notre Dame coming down to Winston-Salem to take on Wake Forest. It's big not only for Wake, but it's big for the conference if the Deacs can come away with the win. I think big key here this week is a possible return of Josh Harris back into the offense. He's the backbone of that running game, and he provides a lot of comfort for Tanner Price back in the pocket when he doesn't have to do everything. He doesn't have to put the whole game on his back when you've got a solid running back in Josh Harris. And if they want to get a win against Notre Dame, they've got to limit turnovers. That's what killed them last week. They prided themselves in it all year. I think if they can keep the ball to themselves and not give Notre Dame some short fields, I think they got a chance to get a win.
It's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, for Miami, Coach Al Golden has not been a happy camper here of late. Referred to some of his players this week as clock punchers, vowed to make some personnel changes this weekend. This has you somewhat concerned.
It does. This is kind of Al Golden's philosophy coming in. He wants to create the hard-working program, the guys that come to work, you know, with their lunch pails and hard hats every day and put in 110%. And they're facing a tough time right now. It's very easy for them to fold coming into November. Last year, they lost the last 3 games, coming off a crushing loss last week against Virginia. It's going to be a big testament to Al Golden and that coaching staff and see how they can prepare their team for, despite the record, Duke's a very good football team. So if they go to sleep this week and look next week, they can very easily get upset. I'm very curious to see how Al Golden prepares for this week.
Duke has played a lot of good teams pretty tough this year, so Miami may have their hands full. Now, NC State, North Carolina is a game that doesn't need much more hype, but they seem to have gotten some this week thanks to a lot of Tar Heels players, accentuating the fact that the Wolfpack aren't the same team without Russell Wilson. The team that's beat them 4 years straight. This has piqued your interest as well.
Yeah, it has. If I was on the Wolfpack team, I'd take a lot of this to heart for sure, especially Mike Glennon. That's a pretty big put down when you're coming into a rivaled week and a storied weekend like this. It's his first time playing North Carolina. He wants to make a statement as a Wolfpack quarterback that he can get it done. It can extend the streak to 5-0. Despite the momentum that Carolina has coming into this game, you can pretty much throw that out the window. This is kind of their mini Super Bowl between the two teams. And North Carolina's been very inconsistent. Last week, they were very good with turnovers. The week before, they gave away 5. I think this is going to be my upset of the week. I just got a feeling that Carter Finley Stadium is going to be rocking. That crowd's going to play a huge factor. And Mike Glennon is going to get his first win as a starting quarterback for NC State against Carolina.
Sometimes you got to throw the numbers out of the window. You just got to go with that gut.
Exactly, and I think they will.
All right, should be an interesting weekend. For Riley Skinner, I'm Kyle Montgomery saying so long for now. Enjoy the games.